Time's midday and it's the 22nd of August 2018 and I'm at Guthega Power Station car park. Was here last week and there's been a big snowfall since that time. It was on the news a couple of days ago that there was snow falling down in Jindabyne, so that's why there's a lot of snow around the car park here, which wasn't here last week. Heading up to Whites River. I've got the Porter Power energy monitor, arrived yesterday, so I'm doing some testing with that. Looks promising. Has its own battery, so it can maintain its reading even when the solar panel is not producing enough power, so it can get a accurate amount of energy reading connected. So at the moment I've got it hooked up to the yellow brick and the panel is on the top of the pack. Yellow brick is showing 94% charge at the moment. Everything else is fully charged. It originally was about 94% charge and currently 97%, being a bit overcast. Time's 10:26 and I think this is the highest part that I climb. It's downhill to Mawson's hut from here. That's the cup and saucer behind me. GPS says it's about 2¾ kilometres to Mawson's hut from here, and the altitude is 1912 metres. Not sure what that means. Looking a bit dark over there in the northwest, not sure what that means. Time is 11:17 and just arrived at Mawson's hut. Doesn't look like anyone else is here. I'll stop here for a while, have lunch and then head to Valentines. I've had the 13-watt panel connected to the Zyme battery since leaving Schlink hut, and looks like it's fully charged at Mawson's hut. The porta power says voltage 5.1 volt, current 70 milliamps. I've just connected the phone straight to the 13-watt panel. Doesn't look as though phone's charging. The porta power says voltage 5.13 volt, current 0 amps. I've just connected the Sony action camera up to the 13-watt panel. The action camera is charging. The voltage is 4.4 volt, current 449 milliamps. Time's 12:41 and the Sony action camera's now fully charged. The solar panel showing 5.09 volt, current 82 milliamps. It's been connected to the solar panel for 1 hour 19 minutes and it's taken 1.574 watt hours so far. Time's 2:07 PM and I've had to cross this creek. Two things. Wasn't sure if the snow bridge would take my weight, which it did. So I'm happy. Didn't want to really fall through into the creek. And also I took the opportunity to fill up my water bottles. I strapped one of the water bottles to the end of my pole with two of the straps and then dunked it into the creek. Didn't want to get too close because that might be tempting fate. So I filled up and then transferred to the other bottles. So now I've got all three water bottles full, and it's not too far now to Valentine's hut. Last time I checked the GPS, it was 1.8 kilometres. Time's 10 to 3 and less than 500 metres now to Valentine's hut, but one more obstacle. I think this creek and have to cross it. There's two snow bridges. I'll pick one and hope it takes my weight and I can get across. Time's 3:30 and at Valentine's hut. No one here. A lot of snow around the hut. Since Mawson hut, I've had the Xiaomi battery charging the mobile phone and the solar panel charging the Xiaomi battery. The power monitor has been monitoring the output of the Xiaomi battery to the phone. I think the Xiaomi battery's shut down, but the phone showing 98% charge, and it had been 85% back at Mawson hut. So we've managed to charge the phone a bit. The time's 4:30 and I'm starting to cook the soup. Then it'll be followed by the pasta. Only person here at Valentine's hut. Very nice. I like Valentine's hut. Nice painted red. Very cosy hut. Not much firewood here, so I won't bother with a fire. So probably after cook dinner, be into the sleeping bag. Been a good day. First time I ever crossed the Kerries with snowshoes. Was following the ski tracks from James yesterday, who did a day trip to Mawson's from Schlink. He's the guy I shared Schlink with last night. So I followed his tracks and had no trouble, good visibility, bit overcast, no wind. And then at Mawson's had lunch, and then after about 1 or perhaps 2 hours at Mawson's, I set off to come to Valentine's. Had a couple of creeks to contend with to get here from Mawson's. Fortunately, they had snow bridges which didn't collapse under my weight, so that I'm thankful for. didn't really fancy getting all wet. Tomorrow be heading back towards the power station. Might go to Whites tomorrow or even Horse Camp. It's a nice walk along Duck Creek to get back to the Schlink Trail. Hope weather stays good. So water's just about boiling, so I'll put the soup in now. Easier to drink out of the mug than it is with the spoon out of the pot. Time is 5:56 and the Sony Action Camera 300 is finished charging from the Xiaomi battery. I've monitored it the whole time with a Porta Power. Its current reading is voltage 0.921, current 0. It's been going 1 hour 15 minutes. And energy transferred is 3.64 watt hour. I've done a big long time lapse which started around 6 AM and is still continuing at 8:15 AM. I put the solar panel out beside the action camera and recorded the voltage current from the panel which was connected to charge the Xiaomi battery. Nothing happened as far as charging concerned when there was no sunlight on the panel. I think the voltage has to reach 5 volts on the panel before it starts charging. Time's about 9 o'clock and been a bit busy this morning. I was up at 6 AM doing a long time lapse which I think ran for almost 2.5 hours, and when the sun came out I've had the solar panel out and done some experiments with the power monitor to see just when the Xiaomi battery started charging from the panel. The Xiaomi battery was running the Sony Action camera doing the time lapse, so I saved the battery in the action camera. To be honest, don't want to leave this place. It's so beautiful in the sunshine, the hut, all the snow and the river back there behind me. Just so beautiful. Don't know how to express it. Taken heaps of photos, and on technical side I tried charging the phone, and phone initially was down to 80% because I was using it as a monitor from time to time for the time lapse, but it did charge for a while out there in the snow connected to the Xiaomi battery, which was itself being charged from the panel, but it didn't run all that long, maybe about 15 minutes, and in that time the charge of the phone increased up to 86%. So I can only think it's the cold that's behind the problems charging the phone. At the moment I've got the panel behind me connected to the Xiaomi battery, so it's producing 5 volts and about 600 milliamps in the sun, and that equates to about 3 watt of power from the panel at this time. Time is 10 past 10 and about to leave Valentine's hut. Been a wonderful morning here, just seeing how things changed as the sun rose higher. Very beautiful, can't get over it, but can't stay here all day, so off now back to Schlink Hilton and then to Whites River. I've got the solar panel connected to the Xiaomi battery and it's being monitored, so hopefully I can see how much energy I collect over the walk to White River. Those snowshoes. Time's 2:38 and I'm at the top of Schlink Pass. Rather than follow the road, I've come straight up the valley. Good snow cover. I've just got out the phone and it stopped charging. The output voltage of the panel at the moment is 5.14 volt. Current is 0. It's been going 1 hour 12 minutes since lunchtime, and the energy transfer is 1.45 watt hour. Just turning on the phone. It'll be started in a few seconds. And the reason that it stopped charging is that the phone is 100% charge, so that's good. Just trying downloading email and got message unable to connect to the server. Looks like I've had a missed call from Buzz. Just trying to ring Aaron. It's not ringing. No, it's not ringing at all. Oh well. Now just beep, beep, beep. We'll put the phone back into flight mode. Well, the Xiaomi battery's full charge. The phone's full charge. I'll be using the action camera, so can't really charge that at this point. So just thought I might hook up the yellow brick and charge that. Yellow brick is showing 95% charge. So the yellow brick is now hooked up. The panel parameters are voltage 5.07 volt. Charge current is 212 milliamps. Almost at Whites River. You can see the tracks coming off the road heading towards the hut. I think that's going garden, that big mountain up there. time's 6:20 and it's the 25th of August. Survived the night out here in the tent behind White River Hut. Just measured the temperature inside the tent. It's about -2 degrees Celsius, and outside it's about -12 Celsius. Wasn't cold at night last night in the tent, but for some reason did have a sharp pain when I rolled over down on the hip. I don't know what caused that. Not hurting now, but when I rolled over it was a sharp pain that lasted a very short time each time I rolled, and then when I stretched out it went away, so not sure what that was, but so not a big day today, just have to get back to the car, cook breakfast. It's another clear overhead, so it looks like a big frost on the tent, but some clouds around too, so that's about it. I think I'll running short of food. I've got rolled oats and may have enough milk to make some pancakes, not sure yet. But times 3 PM and back at Guthega Power Station. Not much left on the memory card, so can't speak too much, but been a very fantastic trip, wonderful weather. It was 10 degrees Celsius at Horse Camp Hut. Snow's been a bit soft and wet coming since lunch, so don't know how much snow opportunity there'll be to come back again this year. I think it'll be melting pretty quick now as spring approaches, but it's been a wonderful year for snow and really enjoyed myself.